Well, I'm gonna initially make a couple remarks that are not relevant to the issue at hand, because I'm just compelled to make an observation. Since I was 18 years old and a freshman college student at Portland State, for some reason I have enjoyed and been unusual, particularly on my peers when I was a teenager, for an example, getting home in time to watch William F. Buckley on Channel 10 debate people. I was just somehow captured by the art of the spoken word when it was done eloquently. And as I've grown older, when Richard Nixon resigned and Gerald Ford became president and he nominated Nelson Rockefeller to take his place, I was transfixed watching Channel 10 had the congressional hearings confirming Nelson Rockefeller as the vice president, and it was just the art of the debate that I just really loved. And Nelson Rockefeller, I thought, was just a wonderful example of an eloquent speaker. As I grew older and cable became more available to all of us, I note on my calendar when Parliament is in session on C-SPAN, so I can watch the debates to this day in Parliament. I'm just transfixed by not just the history of it, but the majesty of the spoken word and the eloquence of all the speakers. I noted when Commissioner Fish first arrived on council, he would come in with prepared remarks. He would read his remarks. And I've noticed in the last 6 or 7 months he has matured from that with his self-confidence, gaining more and more each council said, and I mean this quite seriously, because all of us do that when you're new, as Mayor Clark will tell you, when you're new, it is unnerving to all of a sudden be in front of cameras and people watching, and you need to have something to allow you to focus yourself on what you want to say. But as you do this a while and you gain some self-assurance, it becomes easier to give remarks. I don't know if you intend to keep a video archive of your history in public service, but if you do, I would recommend that you quickly capture the video of your remarks here today. They were inspirational. They were really, I've served in the state Senate, in the state House, and here, and I've always said what I missed about the legislature was the great classical debates that I love to engage in, and you certainly, I've never heard a better speech. It was absolutely
high praise.
It's coming from one who appreciates good argument. And I don't mean in the sense of heated argument, but in the classical sense. Wonderful remarks, and right on. And I'm very proud to serve with you, and very proud to work with somebody who thinks the way that you do, which I greatly appreciate. I was listening going home last night to NPR, and I didn't think Stephen Ying would be here, but maybe he's going to correct me. But the person being interviewed said, you know, in Chinese, in the Chinese language, the word for chaos is the same word for opportunity. And I just thought that what a remarkable observation that, and Commissioner Fish alluded that in his remarks, that in this really challenging times, it really kind of is telling about how people view the world. Some people have a hard time getting up in the morning and moving on. Others view it accurately so as an opportunity, and so that particular observation by you, Commissioner Fish, it just resonates with me, and I think resonates very much in the Chinese culture, which I've always admired and appreciated, and particularly for that kind of a reason. Because I agree, I think this is a real opportunity to do something unique and foresighted and above all humanitarian. You know, it deserves to be said. I mean, I think that we oftentimes do these things in isolation of other things that we consider up here. I voted against the sit and lie ordinance, and not because I philosophically disagree that there should be a sit and lie ordinance, but because where do people go to when you tell them to move on? if they don't have any place to go to. They go to another block and sit down, or somebody else's neighborhood. So I so much appreciate Mayor Clark and Doreen Binders, your work and focus on this. And I think with your work, I could actually get to the place that someday, if the facilities were available and if we had the humanitarian side of law enforcement that this RAC Center will create, to be able to support Sit and Lie. And I think we all agree with that. So thank you everybody that's doing the work on this. I feel greatly relieved knowing that Commissioner Fish has picked this up after Commissioner Stan left, and I did feel somewhat on the spot to make sure that I was clear and vocal that this project was going to happen. I don't have any of those feelings anymore because I'm just comforted by Nick's eloquent commitment and all of your support of what we're doing. So it's a real, I think, great day in Portland, and I think it speaks so well of us as a community that this is a project really to help the most helpless and to help the people without voices, and that we're doing it, and we're doing it in the right way. And I'm just really proud to be here and be able to support this today. Aye.